This is a podcast from the Angel News Network with author Joel Anastasi interviewing Ascended Master St Germain as channeled by Philip Elton Collins.
Greetings, beloved humans, being human on this, your Memorial Day in your Earth year of 2020. I come to you from the band of consciousness known as the Ascended Mastership of St Germain. On this Memorial Day, let's talk some truth, shall we? As you honor those who gave the ultimate sacrifice and the impact of that sacrifice on their families, friends, and your nation, please wake up to the reality as who is really creating the wars, as that small, powerful group supports both sides for their financial gain. Names such as Rothschild, Peterburger, Morgan, Rockefeller come to the foe. War does not work, beloveds. There is always a huge loss no matter who wins. Killing each other is not acceptable human action. It is time to create ways to solve your differences where there is a win-win situation for all and expose the real forces creating the wars. It is time to remember you are divine beings having human experiences destined to return to your divinity. It is time to know who you are and why you're here. You ask, is there a tie-in between Memorial Day and our recent project together called the Refounding of America? And as you might surmise, there's a tie-in to everything. The book is all about a nation being a beacon of light for the world, creating through love, equality, harmony, and balance. Let us allow Memorial today to be a beacon of light within each one of you. You are not here to kill one another through some man-made wars. In order for a nation to become a beacon of light for the world, its citizens need to be that light within themselves, radiating out, allowing the creation of that equality, harmony, and balance. Are there any questions or further needs you have at this time on this Memorial Day?
Good morning, St. Germain. Thank you for joining us today.
Good morning.
As we've discussed in the past, I've been reviewing the conversations we had in the creation, and the book you referred to is The Refounding of America, which we published within the last year. And I was thinking, as I was reviewing some of our discussions, that in Memorial Day kind of remembers, as you referred earlier, to those Americans who fought to protect our democracy in the past, and we associate that with wars. But the Refounding of America is also about this current generations of America who are defending democracy in America and the world, and how important it is for us to realize that we are in the process of becoming refounding of America, refounding the original principles of America, which are to bring peace, love, equality, harmony, and balance to the world. And that's
Dear one, let me interject.
Yes.
There is no correlation between war as it is being created and defending democracy. They are two independent variables. Do you understand?
Yes.
The wars that have been created by individuals who often finance both sides and assist in creating the war, their mission is not the protection of democracy. That becomes a ruse by certain government leaders in order to rationalize people going to war and killing one another. But in reality, they are independent variables protecting democracy through something called war.
Yes, I absolutely get that. And what I want to make clear is when I was talking about the Americans fighting to protect democracy, I'm talking about the consciousness of the actual soldiers who thought that they were protecting democracy. And in the same way, the citizens today have a responsibility to protect our democracy, because our democracy is being threatened from inside, as we have talked about in the preparation of our book, The Refounding of America. The current administration, you have taught us, is really threatening our democracy to wake up the citizens of America to realize that they must stand up and protect our democracy in this time, this generation.
And that wake up will not come through what has been war in the past. That is the point.
Right.
It will come through the awakening in the consciousness of individuals moving into the collective. It is a ruse that democracy is being protected on a world stage by something called war. It has never been that case. It always has been one group of powerful individuals perpetuating and stimulating that event. Understand, war is the largest moneymaker in human endeavor. There can never be profits and gains created by any other activity as large as something called war. That is the reason that those forces, those often hidden forces, are creating the war. And they will do it willingly at the sacrifice of hundreds of thousands of human lives.
Yeah, we often don't get the connection about the profit making, but when you realize that governments are spending trillions of dollars to fight their wars, what is it actually being spent on? It's being spent on the products of war that companies create.
Military contracts.
Yes, military contracts, exactly.
The war, feeding the war machine under the guise of protecting democracy. Democracy has never been protected truly, beloveds, by something called war. And the irony of war is, at the end of it, both sides are devastated. Look at your American Civil War, which originated the idea of Memorial Day. Hundreds of thousands of individuals were killed. They simply didn't know what to do with all the bodies, with all the death. So they began to set up national cemeteries and a day of honoring and, in a way, rationalizing the insanity of war.
Well, we've had many conversations about how our democracy is under threat right now, so that can we end this fairly brief discussion about Memorial Day with a statement about how this generation of American citizens can defend the democracy in America today?
By waking up and understanding the true structure of it from the Founding Fathers, which were stimulated by the higher realms, particularly we of the ascended masterships, and understand it is a sacred document, that you have to learn how it works, how it was created, and then getting involved and supporting each one of the sacred principles within the Founding Father papers. Remember, the majority of American citizens still do not vote. They give their power away. And when you're not responsible and you don't balance the equation, responsibility equals consequence, you have what you have now, a threat to the democracy. That is when tyrants and dictatorships come into fore. If it wasn't for the structure of the American democracy, the individual you have in the executive office now would be more than willing to take over a dictatorship of the entire country. It is illegal and unconstitutional activities. That is the mission. That is the challenge. On this Memorial Day, beloved Americans, are you willing to take the beacon of light within yourselves and radiate that out into the world, the individual into the collective light? And that becomes the beacon of light for the world and the mission of the United States of America.
Thank you for your powerful wisdom, St. Germain.
You're welcome.